Steve, I had the disappointment last weekend, but training this week, how have the team responded to that?
Well, we give them a bit of recovery time. I think they needed it. I think it was a very, very tough start, logistically very tough. 3 London trips in the first couple of weeks is tough for anybody. So, as I say, Saturday we just looked like it got to our legs a little bit. The passing wasn't as crisp and as quick as it has been. But looking at them now today, which was probably the most important session of the week, they look sharp again. They look like back to where they were. Wait for him to go past. And yeah, we've had a really good session on the pitch again. The pitch looks good. Had a little bit of rain on it, so it was perfect for training. It's been zipping around today, so really pleased.
Has your approach this week changed at all?
Not so much, as apart from maybe just one more recovery day than we'd usually have. But we're coming up against. We've got 2 games coming up this weekend in a short space of time, which are against 2 very, very good sides, very strong sides. Both started the season well. So as I say, there's no easy spells. There's no backing off in this league, and if we want to stay where we are and even try and improve on it, we've got to be right at it against Saturday. But all the stuff we've done today suggests that we will be.
Not to sound too harsh on the lads, but was the sort of resulting performance last Saturday a bit of a reality check for them and what's required of them in this league?
I think it's more of a reality check on how physically demanding this league is, and if any of the lads were underestimating how tough this league is to succeed in. I think the games coming thick and fast prove that. So this is the first week that we've had where we can actually step back and give them a bit of recovery time. But as I say, it looks like they've used it properly, and it looks like they're all flying again. And they're a good bunch, and we all want the same thing, so they're all on board again.
It's early stages, but 10 points from 5 games, average of 2 points a game. Last season that would have won you the league, so it's been a good start.
Yeah, that's what they say. They say if you try and stay in around 2 points a game, you won't be far away at the end of it. As I say, only 5 games in. There's a long way to go. Maybe the way to look at it is in blocks of 5 or 6, and see if we can keep to that or as close to that as we can. But as I say, the lads are all training well. There's only maybe one doubt over the weekend, but they'll all have to stick with me, because I can guarantee the team that starts against Leyton Orient on Saturday won't be the same team that starts against Halifax. It would be mad too. That we've got good players, we've got fresh legs. So everybody will be involved again over the next sort of 2 games coming up. So everybody needs to be paying attention to what the jobs and what they may need to do when they come in.
First up, it's Orient on Saturday. What's sort of your approach going into that game?
Well, we just after Saturday we need to get back to playing the ball around at pace and with a good tempo. As I say, Orient are a strong side. We've played them. They improved last season dramatically under Justin when he came in, and they look to improve again this summer. So as I say, they're going to be a very tough outfit to break down. They'll be very tough to beat, but you'd like to think we've got enough about us with the ball at our feet that we can create against them. We just need to be diligent in defence, and as I say, that all the messages that we've given to them this week, it looks like they've took it on today, because that was an excellent training session.
And eyeing that first clean sheet now, that will set you up for a good.
Yeah, we've not conceded many, but we've conceded goals that we were disappointed with. We haven't had one goal against us that you could say unstoppable. Top corner from 30 yards. We haven't had one of those yet. They've all been things that we can improve on. But we will improve, as I said before. Everybody can improve. Every team can improve. Man City can improve. But we've got a lot of young lads who maybe it's the first time they've ever been coached about certain parts of the game. So they're not going to pick it up overnight. All I want to see as a manager is that they're starting to take it on board, and they're starting to try and make it click. And eventually, as I've said, the more that we drill it into them, the more it'll become a habit, and it'll become second nature to them all.
Is the focus going to be more on Orient and the threats they pose, or is it going to be on yourselves and getting things right?
I think even when we played Salford, with all the hype around Salford, I think we all knew the jobs without the ball, but we were all confident about what we could do with the ball. So, I'm a big believer in you have to do a certain amount of homework on the opposition, but I'm a big believer in the fact that if we play at the maximum of our capability, the way that we did play, certainly the game against Salford for 70 minutes would be a match for any team in the league, and the lads have to believe in themselves, and as many times as I tell them that, they have to believe it themselves.
Orient still unbeaten. Does that bear any relevance going into Saturday's game?
Well, as I said, it's 5 games in. you know, when you get to sort of 10-12 games, if you're still unbeaten in 10-12 games, it's a remarkable feat. And in 5 games is very good in this league as well. But you know, they're going to lose some time. Let's hope it's Saturday.
Yeah, and 4 games in a row you've conceded the first goal. It hasn't made too much difference. But how important do you think the opening goal will be on Saturday?
Well, I think what it has proved is obviously, ideal world you take the lead and you dominate, but what it does show is if we do go down on Saturday, which obviously certainly isn't the plan, but if something happens and we do go down on Saturday, you certainly know that the group isn't going to throw the towel in. You still know there's a game on, but you know, the ideal scenario for us is to start quickly and put the chances away early.
Is the week sort of gap between games helped after such a hectic start?
Yeah, I think it couldn't have, especially if you're talking about another travel at Halifax. If that had been sort of Tuesday or Saturday again, it would have been very, very tough. As I say, we do more travelling than anybody in the league, and you know, teams tend to teams do come to us once a season. So, but we've got, as I said, we've got about 14, 15, 3-4 hour plus journeys. So it is vital that every now and again we do have a week where we can give the lads a little chance to get their legs back. You know, not even days off, just days off travelling and days off pounding on the pitch, just days in the pool or days on the bike, just to get them ticking over. So as I say, it's the first chance we've got to do that, and hopefully we'll see the benefits on Saturday.
After a big game on Saturday, Orient on Halifax on Monday, another side who are going very well. They're
going very well, yeah. They've started brilliantly. They're another one of the sides, a little bit like us, presumably, where people haven't really thought about them being at this end of the table. But they look strong. I know the manager has worked them very hard pre-season. I know they're a very fit side. And as I say, when it does come to Halifax, we'll be very aware of their threats as well. But you know, one step at a time. We're certainly thinking about taking 3 points at Orient first.
Finally, how's everyone looking fitness-wise?
There's only Mike Williamson got a little bit of a niggle in the groin, so we will assess him. But I think apart from that, and then Scotty Barrow, who's obviously long term, everybody's trained really well today, and there's no other doubts, I don't think.
Is it nice to see Scott involved in some capacity?
Yeah, he's getting. I've just had to remind the players that haven't seen Scotty play what a good player he is. So he's joined in a couple of possession drills today. He's still trying to stay clear of contact, but it's going to be a process that we can't rush. You know, we can't afford to rush it. As much as we all would love to see him back as quickly as possible, we have to do the right things medically. So we'll be following Annie's advice and putting him back in gently. But as I say, he'll be like a new signing when he does come back.